Welcome to Movie Reedviews with me, Cody Reed. So today I'm going to review Daddy's Home. It's directed by Sean Anders and it stars Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg as they're back together for another comedy. So Will Ferrell plays Brad, who's the stepdad for these kids, and he really wants to be accepted by his stepchildren. And you have Mark Wahlberg, who plays Dusty, who's the real dad, the natural dad for the kids, and he just kind of comes and goes in his family's lives, like for his ex-wife and the kids, and he'll just kind of go and come back, and he's not really stable for the family. Yeah, and Brad's pretty much the guy who just wanted to always be a dad. And he's like a nice, heartwarming, caring person. And you have Dusty, who's like the opposite of that, who was always like a rebel and a bad boy back in his day, so girls were attracted to him for that. And that's why him and his ex-wife, they separated, because she grew up, but he's still like that bad boy. He doesn't really commit, especially to family relationships. And those stereotypes pretty much hold through the whole movie. There are some things that happen, but Will Ferrell plays Brad, who's just like that nice guy. He's trying to get along with his stepchildren and do the right thing and be that good guy. And then you have the bad guy, the other dad, the bad guy, who's always just kind of like a rebel and trying to do cool things, but he doesn't really commit. As I was watching the movie, though, the thought that I had several times was that this is a movie, at least to me, that was like a movie that had funny parts in it, but it really wasn't like a funny movie or a movie that was really funny. Like people will say, oh yeah, it's a comedy, or yeah, that movie's like really funny, it's a funny movie. But this movie's more just like, it's a movie that has like some funny parts in it. And Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg still have like some pretty good chemistry. They were in another movie together, I think it was The Other Guys. And so it's cool seeing them kind of be on screen together, but it's just typical, like I mentioned. One's good, one's bad. Yeah, there were some laughable scenes and like some other like chuckle kind of moments throughout. Actually, Thomas Hayden Church, who has a minor role in the movie, he actually had some funny dialogues and funny moments in the movie. But the first two-thirds wasn't as funny as like the last third to me. The last third is like when it actually started to pick up, and that's what I thought really the whole movie was going to be. But the first two-thirds were just okay, and then it picked up. And I couldn't really figure out Dusty's motives. Like I couldn't figure out if he was always trying to be a jerk or if he's always sincere or like a mix of both here and there. And I know that you don't really go to comedies to dive into the characters and the plot and like the character development. But also, I mean, you do go to comedies for laughing, and it wasn't as funny as I was expecting it to be because I saw a lot of this kind of comedic stuff before in other movies. If you're on the fence, I'd say to go to see it if you like the Will Ferrell comedies that he's in. Especially, I mean, this one isn't rated R, so like those PG-13 movies he's in, probably The Other Guys, you'll like this one, or maybe others like Ricky Bobby and things like that. I'm not the biggest Will Ferrell fan, it has to be in the right role, but if you like his movies, you'll like this one. For me, I'm giving it 2.5 out of 5 stars, just kind of like an average, okay movie. Some scenes actually could have been like cut, or they were just like unnecessary or too long. It wasn't just purely a funny movie, but it did have its moments, and Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg weren't always funny and weren't always on point, but they also did have their moments as well. So that's Daddy's Home for you. It's one of the movies coming out this Christmas season. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll have updates on other reviews that will be coming out as well. You can get updates on those. And then make sure to send me some emails too, moviereedviews@gmail.com. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. What's the deal with comedies? All of them aren't really funny. They should be. Every comedy should be funny. Like I am. I'm funny all the time. I'll just give this one 5 out of 9 laughs.